Welcome. I'm Dr. Laura Watkins, and I'm your instructor for MAT257, Investigating Geometry, Probability, and Statistics. This is a course orientation video, and hopefully it will help you with navigating the course over the semester. Before we get started, I want to point out an important navigational characteristic within Canvas here. So what I've done is I've clicked up here on the dashboard, and this is what my dashboard looks like. I'm hoping that your dashboard looks similar. This representation where I see links to my courses is called Card View. And so if I click up here on dashboard, there are the three dots, and there are different views of Canvas when you log in. The dashboard view, the card view is the most efficient and effective in engaging in instruction in an online course because it takes you directly into the course. Whereas list view will give you a list of calendar events, but it won't help you find the course instruction that you need. So if at this point you do not have dashboard view set up as card view, you should do so right now. Now, of course, yours is going to look a little different than mine because you're not an instructor, but you should have your courses for the semester showing up as cards here. So now let's go back and hop into our course. Now, when you enter the course, we do have a home page, and this is the place from which we will navigate all the time. So on the home page, on the left-hand side, there is a menu, discussions, grades, testing center, syllabus, and so on and so forth. And on the right-hand side, you can see a to-do list. Those are assignments that are upcoming or pending. In the middle of the page is information. That's a picture of me, my office number, and my office phone number. I will tell you that you will not reach me very often in my office on my office phone number, but it is there. I'm going to discuss contacting me in just a moment. So the purpose of this course is to take a deeper look at concepts related to geometry, probability, and statistics. And so there are some buttons below that are going to help you navigate the course. These buttons take you to specific pages. The first one will be the Start Here page. That's what you need to do right away. There's activities there, and all of them need to be completed by Friday night, Friday 29th of August, 11:59 p.m., or you will be withdrawn from the course. Next, there is a Student Support Hours button. Some people call them office hours. I call them Student Support Hours. That's their purpose. If you have questions about the course, about the content, about what we're learning, about one of the assignments, that's what those dedicated hours are for. And so that button contains a Zoom link that will take you directly into my student support hours. There will be some exam reviews available, but not yet. The course is scheduled to start tomorrow, Monday, August 25th, and all of the Start Here activities are currently available. Our work this semester will be organized by week and will generally be available prior to the week of study. Right now I don't have week 2 ready, but week 1 is ready to go. Please use the inbox message system here in Canvas for all written communication. The inbox is over here on the left-hand side. I try to respond quickly. I generally have Canvas open all day to monitor my inbox for messages from students, but please allow me about 24 hours to respond to any questions that I get. If it takes longer than 24 hours and you think perhaps I've missed your message, please message me again. I will not take offense, and I will try to get back to you as quickly as possible. On the weekends, please don't expect a response until Monday. So as I said, we've got these buttons here. So the start here, I'll click on that in just a moment. This is the student support hours. It will have a Zoom link. And then all of our week 1 activities are going to be located in this button. And so hold on, we'll get to all of those. Let's start with start here. So in this section are the initial activities that I need you to complete to make sure that you're ready to engage in the course. Again, needs to be done by Friday night, the 29th, or you'll be withdrawn from the course. As you go through these, if you have any questions on any of these tasks, please let me know. So first up is the syllabus. It's here under Syllabus Plus. You just click on this link over here and it will explain the course requirements, and all of the details. Once you're done with that, take the syllabus quiz. You do need to take it as many times as necessary to earn 100%. There are 10 questions on the quiz. Next, I need you to complete a poll to help me set my student support hours. Generally, what I'm looking for, what are times where you're generally available to seek help if you need it. So this will just be a little poll. You'll tell me which times you're generally available, and I will do my best to meet the times of the vast majority of students and their schedules. I will be available at other times if perhaps times selected do not fit your schedule. Please just message me and we can find an alternative time to meet. Canvas profile, you should go ahead and set up and check your notifications so that you get notifications in the time and manner that you wish. You should be getting any announcements though immediately. Those are important. Since this is online class, you will be needing to submit files in a PDF format, and that may require you to merge PDF pages or files. It may require you to convert an image to a PDF file so that you can submit. So this activity is designed to do that. This first document is a PDF file, so you'll download that. This second document is an image, so you'll it's actually in PNG format, so you will you'll download that, and you need to convert that to a PDF. Here is a website that will do that for you, and then you can download that image as a PDF document. Then you can merge the two files together using this website. Once you have the two files merged together, then you're going to submit the file in this assignment here. Let me open that assignment really quick, maybe. And notice there's a repeat, and that this assignment is due Friday night, and it's only available through Friday night. So be sure to keep an eye on that. Now, the last assignment here before we get started with the course is your introductions. So this is a link to an introductions assignment where you're going to introduce yourself to a couple of others, or to other students. So in the discussion below, here's a reply button. You're going to indicate that you've completed your slide and indicate your slide number. And my slide is posted as an example. You're going to review the other slides and reply to at least 2 students about what they posted. And if you're one of the first to a post, you will have to probably return in a few days after other students have a chance to reply. To receive credit, your replies should be 2 to 3 sentences long. So let me open this slide deck. It's presentation. And so my slide is on slide 1, and you'll come in and choose another slide and then start filling it out with an introduction here on the left and some images that you want to share about you on the right. So that was it about getting started in the course. So then let's go ahead and take a look at week 1. Now I'm going to tell you that week 1 is going to be different than all of the subsequent weeks. And so let's go ahead and take a look, and then I'll give you a quick glimpse of what a subsequent week will look like. So clicking on week 1, we're going to take it as an introduction to geometric thinking. And so the goals for this week are about geometric thinking and some basic definitions about that. Specifically, the Van Healy theory of geometric development, which is one of our course competencies. So all of the assignments on this page are due September 3rd, which is Monday at 11:59 p.m. One note you will see in the syllabus, and I'll show you this in a moment, is that almost all assignments, except for very few, have a 48-hour grace period associated. So when you look at planning your time and you find that something is a barrier to getting it in, keep in mind that most, I would say 95%, maybe even more of our assignments have a 48-hour grace period. The exceptions that right off the top of my head would be exams. They do not have a grace period for that, but almost everything else has a 48-hour grace period. Due dates are due dates, but knowing that life can be complicated, there is a 48-hour grace period. So why we began here. So we're going to start the semester by looking at geometry. And so we need to think about how children think about geometry and how their thinking changes over time. This is why we're starting with the Van Healy theory of geometric development. So you are going to do a little bit of research on your own to start, to build your own personal understanding of the theory. Also to develop some research skills. This discover for yourself approach models the kind of inquiry that we want students to foster, rather than me just talking at you about the Van Healy theory of geometric development. I'm giving you're going to have the opportunity to kind of synthesize ideas, look at multiple sources and compare perspectives, and then put those concepts into your own words. So what you're going to do is the first assignment is a paper. This is 1.5 to 2 pages, 750 to 1,000 words, not a heavy lift. You're going to use 3 different sources on the Van Healy theory. I've actually given you 2 to get you started. And these do need to be credible sources. So we've got one source from the Ohio Department of Education and one source from the University of Cambridge. So at this point, you could use those 2 as 2 of your sources and go find a third. Or if you don't like either one, just be sure you're out there finding credible sources for this paper. Okay, again, 1.5 to 2 pages. Where you're going to explain what the theory is. There's 5 levels, this kind of details. At the end, though, be sure to include a word count and a references section. You can listing in whatever format you like. Note, you can use the internet. Of course you're going to use the internet. You can use a textbook if you have access to one, and any other reliable source, but please do not use AI. The purpose of this is for you to practically engage directly with professional and scholarly sources. You're going to upload your paper as a PDF. Oh, that should not say Word. It's a PDF document. I will fix that. And then there is the link for the submission. So let me click on that. Notice that here is a reminder of what the assignment is. Again, you're going to upload as a PDF document. You are expected to use proper grammar, punctuation, complete sentences, paragraphs, and so forth. Keep in mind, word processing packages like Word and Google Docs can help with this, and you're more than welcome to do that. If you do need help with references, how to cite things, the OWL at Purdue, it's an online writing lab. There is a link there that you might find helpful. Okay, so you're going to start with that, and then you're going to go on to read an article by Pierre von Healy. This is kind of a seminal article, an important article, and it's connected to, it helps connect the theory that you're researching previously to how classroom activities might support geometric development. So here's the link to the article. And then you're going to do a discussion. So you can read the directions here. You do not have to answer to all three of these. You're going to choose one, respond to one of these three prompts. So after you read the article, you can decide which of those three you want to respond to. And then here's the discussion board. Come on, open up. Here we go. So here we go. Again, instructions. Now, I do want to point out, for many assignments, but not all, like homework, but for many assignments, there will be a rubric. And so you, particularly for a discussion board, a rubric you could see it up here under Show Rubric, and it will show you how the assignment's going to be assessed. Okay? All right. And then the last assignment for this week is one about using appropriate tools strategically. So we live in a day and age where information is at our fingertips, but the information we take in may or may not be credible, may or may not be reliable. And so one of the key mathematical practices is to use appropriate tools strategically. So in this case, the tool you're going to be using is the internet, much like your little research paper. The reason I'm doing this is teachers often need to quickly verify or refresh a definition before explaining it to students. This happens even to me. There are times when I haven't had to explain a concept for 10 years. And so I'm like, I'm going to go just refresh my memory on this and perhaps think about better ways to explain something. So anyway, so the goal here is for you to practice finding reliable information and comparing sources and making sense of it in your own words. So we're focusing on 4 basic geometric objects, a point, a line, a ray, and a plane. For each object, find definitions from 2 different sources. You may use the suggested site, which is called Math Open Reference, and there are specific links in the assignment, and at least one other source of your choice. You're going to summarize the definitions in your own words, you're going to compare the two sources. How were their definitions consistent? What inconsistencies or differences were there in the two definitions? And then state which definition you prefer and tell me why. And then for each object, indicate whether it is a 0, a 1, a 2, or a 3-dimensional object. And give me a brief justification for why you provided that classification. The deliverables will be a 1 to 2 page report in a PDF format. You're going to just have 4 headings, organized by heading, point, line, ray, and plane. And under each heading, you're going to provide a definition in your own words, compare the two sources, which is your preferred definition and why, and tell me about the dimensionality of the object and why it's that dimension. Include a references section as well. And then here's the link to the actual assignment. So we can pop over there. And so I've provided specific web pages for each of those 4 geometric objects. Notice up here, it's due on the 1st. It's a file upload, PDF format. It's available until September 3rd. Below is a rubric that I will use to be assessing your submission. And if you ever have any questions about what you have written up, feel free to send it my way and I can give you some feedback on that. Now, one last thing before I let you go is I promised to show you what a typical week might look like. So give me just a moment. Now, each week is under construction. I just randomly chose here week 4. It may or may not look exactly like this when we get to week 4 this semester. But typically what you're going to find is at the top there'll be a table with a notes template for you to download and a homework file for you to download. And then on the right hand side are week level submissions. So like your notes you're going to submit, your homework assignment you'll submit. There'll be a quiz. Most weeks there will be a quiz and a discussion. Then below is going to be the lesson, and there will be text interspersed with video, and there will be activities along the way. So for example, this sorting activity for quadrilaterals will be something that you will do as part of the lesson. It's not considered a week level type of assignment. It's considered, if you were sitting in my class, you would be doing this at this activity at this point in the lesson. That's the intention there. And so I try to indicate about how long each segment of the week will take. You can always click on a specific video and see how long that specific video is. I think that's all I want to share right now. So that's what a typical week would look like. Look forward to having you this semester, and please don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions. Have a good day.